And after we fill out the required paperwork.
ここでいいのかな?
When I get back to my seat, McCurry is sitting in the seat across from it. Oh yeah, I still haven't ordered yet. Even though only a little time has passed since I came into the shop, so much has happened that it feels like it was ages ago. I mean, yeah, it kind of was. If we're going by my upload schedule. Because this is going out on the Friday. Or, yeah. For now, I'll have a cup of the original blend.
Original blend?
It's a kind of coffee. Or I guess calling it a way to make it would be more accurate. Never heard of it.
Coffee? 母様が言ってたような、言ってなかったような。
But did you only drink tea? Were you a tea household? Were you a tea community? Were you community? Never mind. Okay, then I'll order one for you too, Bakuri. Excuse me. We order, and after waiting a bit, we brought two coffees, along with sugar and milk.
ごゆっくりどうぞ。むむ、黒いね。牧場?
No, it's something you drink. McCurry leans her head down to look at what seems to be the first cup of coffee she's ever had.
あ、この匂い。このお店に入った時の匂いだ。やっぱりいい匂い。
Yeah, it also might be pretty fucking strong for a cat. And it seems that she's become fond of the smell of coffee. McCurry appears to be a dog beast folk, so her sense of smell is probably better than a human's. Oh, I mean a dog. Oops. I didn't mean to, miss species. No, never mind.
いただきます。
I didn't mean to misidentify. Hey, wait.
にっかい。
Indeed. McCurry, with tears in her eyes, calls out in surprise at the unexpected bitter taste.
なにこれ。外の人たちはこんなの飲んでるの？
Outside, well, I drink it, but sip. I take a taste without adding anything, but the bitterness and acidity are balanced well, and the scent is nice. Yeah, I think it tastes great. Listen, McCurry, you're just not used to the taste. Alright, just be glad your first cup of coffee is as good as a hand-pressed, handmade store from the coffee machine. Sure, let's go with that, and not like some fucking instant coffee shit. I mean, I'm not gonna turn down a cup of instant coffee, but when your first cup is as not bougie, but more on the premium end as this, then your expectations will be set too high. If this is the first time she's seen coffee, then this is obviously for her first time drinking it too. Her reaction makes sense. And drinking it without milk or sugar is a high hurdle to overcome. Having heard McCurry's outburst, Chieri comes over to the table.
コーヒー、そんなに苦かったですか？うん、里のお茶より苦いよ。
So she is a tea drinker.
すみません、先に言っておくべきでしたね。
If you put in milk and sugar, it'll be easy to drink.
ミルク？それで本当に飲めるようになる？
Well, not necessarily, but it helps tone down the bitterness. Mikuri looks at me as if she can't believe what I'm saying, and I almost see the question marks in her eyes. But I feel bad for her. She'll be working in a coffee shop, and her first experience with drinking it is a bitter one. Pun intended. I glanced at the menu, looking for something that might be more suitable. Maraschino. I've never heard of that one. I never heard of this before. I did not read what he said after.
イタリアでは一般的なメニューだと思います。
Right.
レシピはお店によってまちまちなんですけど、基本的にはエスプレッソやカプチーノにチョコレートやココアパウダーを加えたものです。イタリアではヘーゼルナッツチョコレートを使用しているお店もあったりして、お店によって違いを楽しめます。当店ではコーヒーとマッチするようにミルクやコーヒーに負けないカカオの風味がしっかりしたチョコレートを選んでいます。ですが誰でも飲みやすいように配分を調整してレシピを作りました。チョコレートに使うカカオの品種や産地も。
In other words, it's coffee with chocolate in it, right?
すみません、説明が長かったですね。簡単に言うとそうです。
Thank you. Do you think that Mikuri would be able to drink it?
そうですね、ちょうどいいと思います。ミルクは多めにしてもらうよう伝えますね。
Okay, please do.
お待たせしました。何これ？マロッキーノです。モロッコ風のという意味だそうですが、由来ははっきりしないらしいです。マロ？モロ？
This has chocolate and milk in it, so I think it should be okay for you, Mikuri.
本当に？
Probably. When she looks at me with her doubtful eyes, my confidence wanes. But it should be easier for her to drink, I think.
マロなんとかって、ゆずきくんは飲んだことあるの？
What the fuck is... No, this is the first time I've ever heard of it. And also, something that I will never try to pronounce.
じゃあゆずきくんも味わからないじゃない。先にゆずきくんが飲んでみて。
I freeze up as she thrusts the cup at me. Wouldn't this turn into an indirect kiss? It has been less than it has been it is we've reached a record. All right, guys. This is episode 2. All right. What do you, brother? Oh, this quick? Like, at least start liking her before you worry about it.
ゆずきくんが美味しいって言うなら、私も飲んでみるよ。
Well, it's my fault for selecting a drink that I've never had before. McCurry does have a point. If she's fine with it, then I'll take a sip. Yeah, that's good.
苦くない？
Yeah, that's good. It's not really bitter. It's sweet and delicious. The coffee and chocolate come together for a very mellow flavor. While the coffee and chocolate kind of work together to enhance both flavors, you know?
甘いの？苦いのに？
Kind of in the same way you add coffee to a chocolate dessert to enhance the flavor. Alright, and also salt, but you know, salt coffee is a Vietnamese thing. It's sweet, but bitter. Bitter, but sweet. That's what's so good about it.
本当？嘘ついたら針1000本だよ。
I understand. Do you want me to pinky swear? McCreary puts her hand out, and I wrap my pinky around hers.
指切り剣満。嘘ついたら針1000本のます。指切った。
She shakes our hands in rhythm with her chant, and at the end, she pulls her hand away from mine. It's been a long time since I've sworn an oath on my pinky. I feel like a kid again. Okay then, here you go. She cautiously brings the cup to her mouth.
おいしい！本当だ！苦いけど甘くて、甘いけど苦くて、すごく不思議かも。
I guess it's a good way to introduce her to more bitter tasting drinks. I'm glad to hear that.
なんか変なの。さっきのとは違う味がして、渋みなのかな？甘いんだけど、苦いのと渋いのもちゃんとあって、よくわかんないけど、私これ好き。
The tartness is the chocolate. Maracchinos use espresso, so that might also be different.
スープ？
It's kind of coffee. Don't worry about it for right now. Since McCurry will be working in a coffee shop, she'll need to learn about different kinds of coffee eventually. But for now, I'm just glad that McCurry no longer sees coffee as something bitter and unpleasant. Yeah, probably should have told her to add sugar and milk to a coffee before she drank it. Thank you, Cherry.
いえ、私は注文を聞いただけですし。でも、同じカップでコーヒーを飲んだり、指切りしたり、ほぼ初対面なのにイチャつきすぎではないでしょうか。
Listen, it's not that deep, alright? It hasn't even been 2 hours or however long. If you have something to say, please feel free to say it.
なんでもないです。白川さんのカップ、もう空ですね。おかわりはありますか？
In that case, could I get a maraschino too?
はい、かしこまりました。
I don't know if it's maraschino or chino. I mean, she said maraschino, right? So I guess it's that. Right? It's like cappuccino. So I should be fine, right? I should be fine in my pronunciation. And so I enjoy my coffee while the afternoon slowly passes by. Whether it's because I stayed in the shop for too long, or because autumn has arrived early, the sun has already set by the time I leave. From the unfamiliar European-style townscape to learn about the existence of beast folk, it seems like I'm in another world entirely. I need to get used to this town and this shop, and soon. You need to get used to seeing them in uniform too. I guess her shift in the coffee shop is over, because when Chieri comes out, she's not wearing her waitress uniform, and I don't mean the waitress uniform, I mean school uniform. From the looks of it, I guess that's her academy uniform. I'm sorry that McCurry's drink got added to my tab, on top of the extra maraschino that I asked for.
いえ、お礼は必ずすると言いましたから。それに、みくりさんにも手伝ってもらったそうですし。
She's such a good person, keeping her promise even though she said she wasn't sure she could trust me. But it feels like Chieri still has her doubts about me. It's a little awkward being alone with her.
ごめんなさい。チラシを拾ってもらったのに、やっぱりその。
Ow. So, like, does Does he have a place to stay? Oh, no. There's no need to apologize. I know that a normal person like me being able to see your ears isn't supposed to be possible.
優しいんですね。白川さんがいい人だから、私たちを騙すためにそうしてるのかもって余計に疑ってしまいます。
It's also because he's the basic self-insert protagonist that you see in every visual novel. You know, especially in slice of life ones where... Never mind. Hearing you say that, it is a little distressing, though it's nice to be called a good person. By the way, are you hiding your ears right now?
はい、耳隠しのお守りを持ってるので、普通の人には私の耳や尻尾は認識できません。
It'd be kind of weird for her not to hide her ears and tail outside. Just because there aren't any people around doesn't mean there's not the possibility that someone might, be around. The only time she would... I guess the only time she would not hide them would be in private, in her own house and own room, specifically. She shows me her talisman as she says that. I thought it would look like some kind of antique, but it's got a pretty modern design to it. No matter how I look at it, I can't not see your ears and tail.
耳隠しが効いてないんですね。やっぱり普通じゃないです。
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't mind seeing her without the ears and tail, Just curious to see the difference. Just curious to see how other people see her. I wonder why. All I could do is wonder why the ear hiding enchantment doesn't work on me.
では、私はそろそろ失礼します。
Will you be alright? It's pretty dark. Want me to walk you home?
子供扱いしないでください。近いから大丈夫です。
I'm not trying to treat you like a child, Once the reply, I just blurted out. When I got flustered, I end up thinking like a kid.
それに、獣人の正体のこともありますが、今日出会ったばかりの男の人に送ってもらうのは、さすがに不用心です。
Yeah, that's true. She's absolutely right. That's Chieri for you. So very down to earth. Or am I just too impulsive? Just then, Chieri's smartphone rings, and she pouts her lips when she looks at the screen.
迎えはいらないって言ってるのに、過保護なんだから。
Her mildly annoyed face is cute. But if someone is coming for her, then there's no need to worry.
迎えが近くに来ているそうですので、もう行きます。明日はよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, me too. Chieri turns her back to me and starts walking off then. Then.
でも、
She suddenly turns around to face me. What's the matter?
最後に一つだけ。チラシを拾っていただいたことは感謝しています。本当にありがとうございました。
Chieri bows her head one more time before she heads off. And then she walks around the nearby corner, disappearing from my sight. A lot of things have happened today.
獣人は身内以外の人間に正体を知られてはいけない。それが私たちの掟。
なあなあ、こいつ食っちまおうぜ。
I was about to make the joke that they're gonna have to kill him, but I mean, I've already made the joke before, but
獣人は身内
it's
以外の
different
人
when
間
it's in a
に
flashback,
正
you
体
know?
を知られてはいけない。それが私たちの掟です。
Especially if I'm trying to make the joke that Ichika's the one who says it. Eat me.
決まってんだろ。頭からむしゃむしゃバリバリごっくんってな。
I thought that beast folk were just legends or fairy tales. I never dreamed that I would become acquainted with any. Yeah, you became acquainted with 4 at once. And then there's...
喫茶セタリアです。よろしくお願いします。おいしい。
Thanks for showing off the 2 CGs that you've displayed. Yep. And thinking about that brings a smile to my face. I can't even imagine what my life is going to be like starting tomorrow, but my excitement outweighs my nervousness. The call? I don't know this number. Hello?
もしもし、ゆずきさんですか？
Ichika? Yeah, it's me. How does Ichika have my phone number? Oh, right. I wrote it down in the paperwork for the job.
すみません。ちょっと急ぎの用件で、ゆずきさんのことをお母さんに話したんですけど。
Is there a connection between the two? And working there won't be enough?
いいえ、そこは大丈夫です。
So at least that part's okay.
でも一応監視したいから引っ越ししてくれって。
Right. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised by this turn of events, but I was hoping that we would actually get to see Yuzuki going to where he was going to stay in this town before Ichika decided to force him to stay with her mom. What? Yeah. In the cafe? I don't know. What?
ごめんなさい。明日から私たちと一緒に住んでもらいますね。
Ah, starting tomorrow. So we do get to see where Ichika, where Yuzuki would have been staying if he didn't if he didn't point out that he saw ears. What? Or probably not. They're gonna skip to the next day, aren't they? What? Ooh, I guess that's it.
お疲れ様でした。
Well, I mean, I understand that they're not going to have a throwaway background just for a temporary room that Yuzuki would be staying in for one night, but it'd be nice to know that he actually did have a place to stay at. I mean, there weren't any indications that he didn't, but you never know. Maybe he was finding a place to stay? I don't know. And last night I packed up all my belongings, and then early this morning I brought everything over. This really was a quick move. Thank you for helping me out.
元はといえばこっちの都合ですから。
I mean, I understand that we weren't starting the game immediately after Yuzuki moves in because he didn't have any luggage, but yeah, you know, it'd just be a nice thing, I guess. I was really surprised when you said we were going to be living together. Thanks for the blue arrow. The building Soteria has dorm rooms on the second floor and above. Dorm rooms. Interesting. So you're saying that the other girls might potentially also be moving in. So you can have a signer. So you can have a kind of sort of Love Hina vibe sort of thing. The building is in his. The building Sataria is in has dorm rooms on the second floor and above. And one of those rooms has been given to me. The entire building belongs to Ichika's mother, and it looks like Ichika and Nana live here too.
この町に引っ越してきたばかりなのに、ごめんね。
I mean, like, it makes sense for Chieri not to move in immediately because she already has a place, right? But now it's already been established that Ichika and Nana have been living in the dorms, and well, you know, the Shrine Maiden. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name. The Shrine Maiden, you know, she just moved here too, right? And don't worry, it is what it is. I don't have very much, so I was going to move. Doing it sooner than later was for the best. Yeah, so if I was going to move, doing it sooner rather than later was for the best. But is this really all right? Is this really all right? When I moved into my first place, I signed a lease for a minimum of 1 year.
そちらは私たちの方で何とかするので気にしないでください。
I thought she was going to say, "Oh, don't worry, my mum also owns the place that you." My mum also owns the building of the apartments that you were going to stay at, so she can just void the contract. Oh, but
大丈夫ですから。
okay, yeah, just don't worry about it. That perfect smile. It's frightening. Well, unfortunately, we don't get to date her in this game, but you're gonna have, you're gonna have to wait until the next one. I feel like it's best not to pry any deeper, so I decided to leave it to Ichika. Oh.
このラウンジは寮に入ってる人は自由に使ってもいいことになってるんですよ。
How fancy schmancy. After I finish moving in, Ichika shows me around the dorm.
ゆずきくんだ。おはよう。
Mikuri, that's her name. So is she moving in too? Morning. I see. So you live here too, Mikuri. You did say that yesterday. Oh, right. I kind of forgot that part too.
そうだよ。でもどうしてゆずきくんが寮にいるの？
But you know, you shouldn't be you should what am I trying to say? You should expect that by now, alright? I forgot fucking Mikuri's name. You should expect that I would forget that she was actually going to move in. Anyway, I explained what Ichika told me.
じゃあゆずきくんも寮に住むんだ。やった一緒だね。
Mikuri smiles when she hears that. I'll be living here with her. It kind of tickles me to see her smile like that. So you're not scared of me, Mikuri? I don't worry you the way I worry Chieri.
ゆずきくんいい人そうだし、神様も大丈夫って言ってたし。
Gods? That's right. When we first met, she did say that's what the gods are saying after all.
逆にゆずきくんは私たちのこと変だって思わないの？ 獣人って本当は珍しいんでしょ?
Yeah, but you know, you get away with it because you're cute girls. Especially you, because you're a Pomeranian. I guess that's true. You're different from humans, since you have those ears and tails. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't bother me. I didn't really notice them until someone mentioned them.
へえ、そっか。そんなもんなんだ。
I mean, he says he didn't notice them, but that doesn't mean it wasn't in the back of his mind the entire time.
それは柚月さんがおおらかなだけな気がしますけどね。さて、そろそろいい時間ですし、お店に行きましょうか。
And now it's time for my first shift at Teteria with Mikuri. In other words, our first time wearing our uniforms.
どう似合ってる?
Mikuri's uniform matches the one Chieri wears. The uniform's black base color goes well with the classical feel of the shop. Yeah, it looks good on you. It's very cute.
やったー.
I feel like the gloves are kind of, I don't know, inconvenient. If you get any liquid on it, right, it kind of just makes it harder to work. The gloves become more never mind. The gloves become more uncomfortable. Mikuri seems to be really happy to be able to put on the uniform that she was so fond of.
見て見て.
Mikuri spins around in place, like she's showing off a new dress. When she does, her skirt flutters up and... Wait a second, Mikuri. You shouldn't move around like that in the uniform.
ね? なんで?
You see, I can see underneath your skirt when you do.
ゆずきくんなら平気だよ.
Right. No, hold on. You're a girl, so you need to be careful.
そうなの?
Really? Also, the customers will be arriving soon, got it?
Hi!
Does she really understand? I'm kind of worried. I'm going to get changed too. Where should I go?
奥行って右だよ. お手洗いの隣.
Thank you. Head to the back, then to the right, then on the right, and open the door and you'll see Chieri changing into her uniform. Check to make sure that it's the right room, then grab the doorknob and open the door before knocking, because you need to make sure that you need to walk in on Chieri changing. Wow, I never would have guessed that we would walk on Chieri changing. It's not like it was in the literal intro or anything. It's not like this is a trope that we see in every fucking in every visual novel or in every visual novel or anything. Oh, hello, Chieri. If you didn't, if you were wary of me before, well, let's just make sure that you're extremely wary of me now. God damn it! The song name flashed for a few seconds, and I wasn't able to look at it in time. Chieri and I both freeze up. My thought process shuts down like an overloaded circuit breaker. I guess it's true that when your mind goes blank, you're not able to move. That's what I'm thinking in the corner of my mind that normally has useless thoughts. Useless thoughts, yeah. No, I'm not a hentai, alright? I am just a protagonist. There, that's the right word. Not pervert, alright? That's the wrong P word.
出てってく
That's also not the word I expected you to say, but that one makes that one is also appropriate. I'm sorry. Chieri's voice snaps me back to reality, and I leave the changing room in a hurry. After she finishes changing, we switch places silently and I change into my uniform. I mean, I guess Chieri isn't the tsundere type, so calling him a pervert first thing instead of please get out wouldn't really fit her, but like, you know, out of all of the P words she could have used, please, probably the most appropriate one. I'm really sorry. Chieri's gaze is painful. Yesterday, she was just being cautious, but today she's angry on top of that. I understand why, though.
悪い悪い。私も気ぃつけてりゃよかったな。
That there's only one changing room? Yeah, that there's only one changing room, right?
そうなんだよな。ゆずき以外に男がいなかったから、今までは問題なかったんだけど。でも、この部屋だって休憩室兼用にしてるくらいだし、今から部屋を増やすのは無理だ。悪いけど、着替え中は鍵かけるの徹底するしかねえかな。
Look, there's a simple fix. You just need to make the girls not mind changing in front of Yuzuki. You know? I'm sure Mikuri wouldn't mind, so like, it's time for it's time for the other three to get on board with that. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm really very sorry. I'll be more careful from now on.
白川さんを知らなかったから仕方ないですけど。でも、鍵をかけ忘れるなんて私もうかつでした。事故ですから注意してもらえればもういいです。
Oh, it has locks. There's a lock on it, huh? Thank you. She might not be convinced on an emotional level, but she doesn't press me for any more after that. Press me on it anymore after that. She really is a very earnest person. Well, it's almost like you're in uniform. Who would have guessed?
節度を守ってくださいって言ったじゃないですか。同じ服着てるんだから友達だよ。ね?
You know what? On second thoughts, maybe Chieri should change by herself. You know, I don't think she trusts Mikuri to be able to keep her hands off of Chieri. Be able to keep her hands off her while she's changing. That sentence doesn't make sense. Or doesn't sound right. It's very confusing.
理屈が強引すぎます。
I thought I made sense, alright?
細かいことは気にしない気にしない。それ。
こんなとこで暴れんな。
あいた。助かりました。
I was almost able to see under your skirt again just now.
ね？ここならお客さんいないから大丈夫でしょ？
Sure. No, it's not okay. It would be helpful if Mikuri learned a sense of restraint or discretion.
んじゃ、今日からアルバイト開始っつうことで、二人はよろしくな。
よろしくお願いします。
I'm looking forward to working with you. This is the first time either Mikuri or I have had a part-time job. I'm a bit nervous, but Mikuri is quivering in excitement, like a kid looking forward to something.
二人の主な仕事は接客、配膳、掃除、あと物品整理、店内の整頓ってとこだな。コーヒーやパンケーキ類を作るのはあたしかいちか、 あと店長がいるときは店長がやるから気にしなくていいぜ。
That's right. The manager is Ichika's mother. She's my landlord too. So I should try to meet her sometime and introduce myself, and also try not to walk in on Ichika if she's ever changing.
接客については千恵里が指導するってことでいいか？
But you know, I'm sure he won't need to worry about that possibility until the next game.
はい、任せてください。まずお客様が来店されたら「いらっしゃいませ」と声をかけてください。そして席にご案内してお冷やとメニューを出します。席が空いてるならお好きなところに座ってもらって大丈夫です。お冷やとメニューはカウンターのところにありますので。
Being greeted is something I'm used to having done to me when I go into a coffee shop. How many coffee shops do you go into? Have you gone into? But now that I'm the one doing it, I'm going to be kind of nervous until I get used to it.
注文を取ったらいちか先輩かなな先輩に伝達。出来上がったらお客様に出します。難しいことではありません。まず私が見本を。私やってみる。
Mikuri cuts Chieri off as she bounces up and down, hand raised.
正直不安ですが、じゃあお願いします。
I'm sure it'll be fine, you know?
私がお客さんをやるので、お店に入ってきたらみくりさんが接客してください。
You have nothing to worry about. Chieri steps out of the shop. She comes back in immediately and...
へいらっしゃい。安いよ安いよ。
See? Nothing to worry about.
安売りはしてません。
This is kind of how I saw this playing out.
喫茶店なんですから、喫茶店らしい接客を心がけてください。里のお店はみんなこんな感じだったよ。
Homeland. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure she mentioned her homeland before. Listen, I understand that I sometimes forget things, right? So I shouldn't be dogging on him about that, pun intended. But like, I feel like, you know, Mikuri bringing up her homeland isn't something you can easily forget. You know? Look, even I remembered.
里。私が住んでる里は山奥にあってね。お店なんて2つくらいしかなかったよ。でもこの町すごいよね。お店も人もたくさんだし、建物は大きくて石でできてるんだもん。
Is one of the stores selling talismans and the other store selling fortune sticks? If you don't know what I'm getting at, I'm saying that her hometown is a shrine. Just one building.
それに本当に獣人が全然いなくてびっくりしちゃった。獣人の里の生まれとは聞いていましたけど、まさか里がそれほどの環境とは。
Huh? What do you mean? I have absolutely no idea what's being discussed at this point.
獣人は正体を隠して人間社会で暮らしているとは市川先輩が説明していたと思いますが、そうでない獣人もいるんです。
Yeah, they live. I would assume they live in communities surrounded by other beast folk, and they probably don't let many outsiders in.
人間と関わらずに獣人たちだけで集まって暮らす獣人も存在します。そういった獣人たちが住む集落はいつしか獣人の里と呼ばれるようになりました。 ではほとんどなくなったと聞いていましたが。
そうらしいね。でも私はその獣人の里で生まれたんだよ。
Based on what Makuri is saying, things are completely different between here and the Beastfolk homeland. That's why she didn't know what coffee or a coffee shop was.
すみません、みくりさん。そういうことならちゃんと最初から説明するべきでした。私が喫茶店の接客の手本をお見せしますから、今度はみくりさんがお客様になってください。わかった。
Makuri nods her head energetically, then heads out of the shop.
お手本になるって緊張する。
Having to demonstrate her work seems to have taken the wind out of Chieri's sails. I think if you just do it, you don't really think about it, you'll be fine. You've got a good head on your shoulders, Chieri.
そんなことないです。昨日はチラシ飛ばされちゃいましたし、鍵もかけ忘れるし。
No, you definitely have it together more than me, senpai.
もう変なところで先輩扱いするんですから。
She says that lightheartedly, with a bit of a pout on her face. But she also seems more relaxed now. Then when Makuri comes into the shop,
店員さんお持ち帰りしていいですか？
非売品です。
you didn't even get to say Irashima say. After that, Makuri comes back into the shop over and over and is chased out every time by Chieri. What a productive day of work.
お客さんが来たらいらっしゃいませだね。覚えた。
ここまでが長かったです。
Thanks for the hard work, senpai.
よー、お疲れさん。ちょっと休憩しようぜ。
Yeah, you two worked so hard. You had to stand around and watch Makuri constantly walk in and out of the shop while Chieri tries to demonstrate how to say Irashima say. And then it brings out a tray as she says that. The tray holds one cafe au fuck, I forgot how to pronounce it. Cafe au lait. Whatever. For each of us.
こいつはサービスだ。ありがたく飲め。
いただきます。でもみくりさんの里に喫茶店がないって先に教えてくれればよかったのに。
だって任せてくださいって言ってたし。
This is the second time Nana has intentionally held back information. It held back important pieces of information.
冗談だって。つうか、みくりの里がそんなんだって私も知らなかったんだよ。
She's only done it once. She's only done it once.
もうナナ先輩ってば、市川先輩は今日は向こうでしたね。
コーヒーと牛乳の匂い。これもコーヒーなの？
ああ、カフェオレって言ってコーヒーと牛乳を半分ずつ入れるんだ。飲んでみな。
Cafe au lait. Yeah, I don't remember how to pronounce the last word.
じゃあ。
Yeah, that's what happens when you add milk to coffee.
だろう。ほらほら、お前らも冷めないうちに飲め。
Thank you very much. The bitterness of the coffee is mellowed out by the milk, but there's still a richness to it. They say that coffee au lait at convenience stores... yeah, they have coffee au lait at convenience stores too, but you can only get this kind of flavor in a coffee shop. That you can only have this depth of flavor by brewing it yourself.
ねえねえ、ところでさ。
Yes?
このお店、お客さん少なくない？
Now that you mention it.
あ、気づいた？この店な。ぶっちゃけあんま客来ないんだよ。町の端、いちかの母さんが趣味でやってる店だから、あんま気にしてねえけどな。
Right. You're saying that Ichika's mother is just a very rich person and likes having a coffee shop just so she can occasionally come in to drink coffee, even though she doesn't come in to drink coffee that often.
あ、気づいた？この店な。ぶっちゃけあんま客来ないんだよ。町の端っこだし。
ナナ先輩がそんなだから売り上げが上がらないんですよ。
Nana's easygoing smile stands in contrast to the dissatisfied look in Chieri's face. Their personalities are showing.
カフェオレを飲んだら研修を再開しましょう。とりあえず今日中にメニューとお冷やを出せるようになってください。
よろしくお願いします、先輩。
Bakuri raises her hand energetically. It's good that she's so lively, but it feels like she might never might never run out of pep.
憂鬱です。
Let's do our best, senpai.
お疲れ様。
お疲れ様でした。今日覚えたことは忘れないでくださいね。
Teaching a rookie must be tough.
白川さんは教えることが少なくて助かりましたよ。
Well, as much of a protagonist as Yuzuki is, I can guarantee you his head is screwed on a bit tighter than Mikuri's, alright? Mikuri is unfamiliar with menus and glasses of water, and so teaching her the basics of serving a customer was tough. I could see the worry on Chieri's face, and her eyes seem a little vacant.
獣人の里ってコーヒーも喫茶店もないんだもんな。みくりの里ってどんなとこなんだ？
里は山奥でね。この町にあるものが里には全然ないの。コーヒーとか石みたいに硬い地面とか背の高い建物とか、それに人間とか。もちろん里にあってこの町にないものもたくさんあるけどね。木とか森とか林とか。
Well, you can find trees, forests, and woods, on the outskirts of town.
木しかねえじゃねえか。
ほんとだ。
Based on what I've heard, I imagine the old mountain village. And I imagine an old mountain village, but with absolutely no outside influence at all.
そうそう。前も言ったけど、うちの里に住んでるのはみんな犬の獣人なんだよ。
みんな獣人ってのもなんだか想像つかねえな。
Even with Mikuri and Nana, even though Mikuri and Nana are both beast folk, where they grew up certainly has affected their sensibilities. Are you saying that Nana has more common sense because she grew up around humans? I really can't just lump all of them together. It's an interesting realization.
そういや、ゆずきはどこから来たんだ？
Just a normal town. There are more people, but it doesn't have any notable features like this town does. My father suddenly said to me, "You need to experience life on your own," and then he kind of tossed me out.
この町で暮らすことになったと。ずいぶん横暴なお父様ですね。
なんだよ、抵抗すりゃよかったのに。育児なし。
It's true that I'm not really all that bold or brave, or anything one would consider manly. You may be right, but also thought it might not be bad living on my own in a place I've never been to. And besides, now I'm glad that I came here. Now I'm glad that I came here. It's a nice town, and I got to meet all of you. You know, 4 really cute girls that just happen to all be beast folk as well. That will that will eventually date him.
私もゆずきくんと同じ気持ち。
So, you know, I'm sure most guys would accept the trade-off of being kicked out of the house
よく面と向かってそんなこと言えますね。
if given the opportunity to potentially date Kimono Mimi.
お、照れてんのかチェリー。
照れてません。
そうか。
照れてません。
Chieri grows flustered as Nana teases her. But I kind of understand how Nana feels. Chieri's rather cute when she's like this.
あ、そうそう。明日店休みだから。私もイチカもシフト入れなくてよ。もともとイチカの母さんがいる予定だったんだけど、用事でいなくなるんだと。
私がいます。
やる気は買うが、チエリじゃエスプレッソ入れたり、フォームミルク作ったりできないだろ。この前もミルクぶちまけてたし。
So even our senpai Chieri still has some things to learn. I'm kind of surprised by that.
明日は土曜日だし、街をいろいろ見てきたらいいんじゃないか。みくりもゆずきも引っ越してきたところだから、ちょうどいいだろ。
Also, speaking of days, well, first of all, why is Chieri in her school uniform if presumably they didn't have school? Unless they did and it's just off screen, but they never mentioned it. And I mean, I guess you can, you know, you can infer that they did go to school, but yeah, I don't know. Just, if they didn't go to school, why would she be in her school uniform? And if they did go to school, why did they never mention it or something?
そうですね。みくりさんには他のお店にも行って接客の勉強をしてもらえると助かります。
You know, it'd help with the world building and establishment of a schedule, sort of thing. So then the weekends would feel more unique, right? I'm trying to cope here.
一緒に行こう、ゆずきくん。
Okay, my sense of direction isn't very good, so I'll feel safer having you around, having you along, Mikuri. Let's just say I don't think Mikuri is going to be a very good guide, considering she just moved here too.
また迎えが来ているのでそろそろ失礼しますね。
Good work today. Thank you for teaching us so much.
大したことなんて教えてないですよ。それでは。
Chieri bows her head, then leaves the shop. Oh, her swaying tail is cute. And before long, Chieri turns around the corner. And for a moment, I can hear her tail sticking out. I could still see her tail sticking out, but then it's gone.